Hi everybody, this is Dr. Jody Stanislaw, and I help patients who are struggling with their blood sugar levels flatten them out. And I'm also traveling the world to inspire type 1s all over the world that we can have healthy and long adventure-filled lives. I've been traveling for 6 months now. I started in Croatia, I was in Spain, Portugal, I did a camel ride in the Sahara Desert, I did a safari in South Africa, and now I am doing a little experience here in India. But before I show you the scenery, I always like to give a tip in my videos. I've had type 1 for 40 years this year. So my tip is, generally I recommend eating lower carb because it just makes our blood sugar level management so much easier. And I'm not a big fan of just count and cover. I haven't seen that work very effectively. However, when I travel, I do veer off that. They eat a lot of rice in India. I just had a lot of carbs at lunch. And so let's see, I'm doing pretty good. 126 flat, so I feel good about that. Hopefully you can see that. 126 flat. And how did I manage that after eating rice for lunch? Good question. So I'm a big fan of pre-dosing. I generally check my number. If I know I'm going to eat a high carb meal, I got to pre-dose. Every day, I generally am a little too lazy to pre-dose, but when it comes to a high carb meal, you'll feel so much better after and avoid that post-meal spike if you pre-dose. So what I recommend is if you're already above 150, you definitely want to pre-dose. And then once you have rapid acting insulin in your system, doing any sort of movement will make your insulin work faster. So you can pre-dose, definitely pre-dose if you're above 150, and then walk around, dance around, jumping jacks, anything like that. That we don't have to just sit and twiddle our thumbs to make the insulin work faster, or to wait for our highs to come down. We can take action to make our highs come down faster. Anytime you're high, once you have rapid acting insulin on board, you can use movement to bring it down. So if I'm going to eat a high carb meal, I'll check my number. Even if I'm 100, I will still pre-dose because as soon as I start eating rice, it'll go up immediately. If I'm above 150, I'll pre-dose, anywhere from 10, 15, 20 minutes. It depends how high you are at the start. If I'm going to eat a high carb meal, I want to be already, in a really good number before I start eating, since the meal will start spiking me right away. And rapid takes 60 minutes to really get at its peak anyways, so pre-dosing is even more important. But then, like I said, if you use activity, it peaks faster than 60 minutes. So that is my tip for today. So now to the scenery. So I am at this beautiful ashram. It's run by an institute called the Art of Living. This whole complex has multiple buildings and dorms and restaurants and cafes and meditation halls. This is one of the most, this is kind of the centerpiece, if you will, of the whole center. It's this gorgeous building where they have workshops and events and conferences. There was just an International Women's Conference here last weekend. And the Art of Living is run by, he's the 5th most powerful man in India. He's also been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. His name is Sri Ravi. I just call him Sri, S-R-I. He has a very long name, so I don't always get it right. They also call him Guru Dev or Guru Ji. And he's actually here in town this week, which I've learned is a very special treat because he travels so much in the world. He is in charge of this Art of Living Institute, which is also around the world. They do projects like ecologic restoration, planting trees, prison programs, organic farming programs, stress relief programs. They have courses in cities all over the world. So if you're in a major city, look up the Art of Living Institute. It's quite impressive, I've got to say. So I am at his world headquarters in southern India. I flew into Bangalore. And so like I said, I'm outside this gorgeous building, give you some scenery. Behind me is every single night they do a thing called a Satsang. This is a big outdoor pavilion, as you can see. And a Satsang is where if Sri is in town, he will lead it. If not, I suppose one of his I don't know what they're called, will lead it, but it's a group of, the public that just gets to sit in this open air pavilion for free and ask questions to this guru on life and peace and happiness and how to deal with our struggles. It's just really a beautiful center. There's been hundreds and thousands of people here this week. They have a big annual celebration that happened Friday night. I just took a 3-day happiness course, and I'm very impressed with this institute. So check it out, the Art of Living Institute. And if you want to check out my travels, just Google Dr. Jody Diabetes. I've got lots of videos on YouTube. You can check out my website. I'm still running my telemedicine practice, so you can check out having a call with me on my website. I have courses. I've had type 1 for 40 years this year, which I can't believe, and living a healthy life, traveling around the world. So check out my website. I'd love to meet with you, talk with you. And thanks for watching. I hope you're inspired by my video. If you're type 1, I just want to give you the thumbs up. It's not an easy disease. We work hard every day to manage it, and you're doing it. You might be doing it better some days than the other. We all do. And but I just want to take a moment to remind you to honor yourself. So I'm here to inspire type 1s, educate type 1s. You can check out my website for more info. Just Google Dr. Jody Diabetes. Have a great day. Bye for now. Bye from India.